Hi everybody, Adam here. Welcome back. Today we're actually not in the Lego room, we're upstairs in the dining room. I needed a large, clear, open space for assembling this amazing track module that I picked up from TrixBrix. This is the T-Junction with R104 and 120 curves and is a new product that they released recently. Really excited about this. I've been anticipating the release of this T-Junction for quite a while. If you've been following the channel, you know I built an approximation of this that is integrated into our layout downstairs and allows you to get to the yard area by the grain elevator if you're on the interior mainline track. And the really amazing thing about this module from TrixBrix is that it's now going to allow trains from both the outer mainline track as well as the inner mainline track to access the yard or whatever sort of side section of track this connects to. Lots of potential. I'll show you guys in a moment how a train car runs over and around and through these awesome tracks here. One of the things that I really appreciate with TrixBrix products is the fact that they offer the ballast plates in addition to the track itself. So you can see here that we've got all the ballast plates inside the track there. Gives it a really, polished look right out of the gate. The only thing that remains for us to do is to get the Mills modules all set up for the track and put some tile and, a few of the 1x2 plate pieces, etc., around to sort of float and attach this to Mills modules that can then be integrated into our layout. In terms of where this is going to go, not 100% certain yet. It could go to the top of the layout and replace that section that I was just talking about by the grain elevator. And that section could get demoted down to the under table layout area that we're going to be building soon. Or this could go down into that lower track area that we're building. Just have to see. But the nice thing about putting this on Mills is that it'll be really easy to move it around. We can move it up, down, depending on which part of the layout we want it in. It'll be easy for us to move it out if we're taking it to a show. Really excited about not only the track, but the potential for this track once we get it mounted onto all the Mills modules for it. Now, before we look at an actual train car moving along on the track here, just give you a little bit of a close-up view. You can see the switches here. Really nice and easy to operate. And, just a really polished and impressive looking piece of track. Always impressed with the quality and, overall functionality of track and, ballast plates, etc., that TrixBrix offers. The color looks awesome on these. I will obviously, probably once the Mills modules are done and the track is mounted, I'll put on the railway ties to really sort of finish off the track and polish it up to the, sort of the highest quality level it can get to. But as you can see, looks great. Lots of switches here, lots of capability for moving trains around, and just overall a really nice looking product. I will say it's always a bit of an adventure putting together some of these bigger track modules. trying to understand where the different track pieces go together. That's usually a little easier to figure out, but when you're putting the ballast plates in, especially for something like this with a lot of crossover points and switches, it can be a little tricky, at least initially, trying to figure out where all the different parts go, but really happy with how it turned out. And like I said, I think this is going to be an awesome addition to our layout. So let's try running a train around on the track just to see how the switches work and the overall sort of quality and feel of cars moving over the various parts of the track. And then we can take a look at just how many Mills modules we're going to need to put together to actually get this track module completely mounted and usable downstairs. So for testing purposes, I've added a couple of curve pieces to a couple of the end points just so that we can try the switches out and move the train car around. So this is one of our Union Pacific train cars. You can see here, moving through really nicely and smoothly. Now if we throw the switch, really nicely all the way down to the end, and we can actually throw that switch, which will take us off this way. Or if we leave it like that, then we come back down here. So now we've got the track moved to the outside on the opposite end, and we left our extra track where it was over here. So now we can try doing a couple things here. First off, we can go and do this. Moves through really nice and smooth. Then if we alter the switch there, now we'll go straight through. So, really, really smooth, really nice. It'll be, the final test will be once we have it on the Mills modules and it's downstairs sort of in place where we're going to use it. But, so far, really happy with how smooth that is. It's really cool to see those different switches and how they're going to open up opportunities for accessing the yard or whatever track they're attached to. And, just nice to see how quiet and smooth, basically functioning as you would expect, track to function for a Lego train. So really happy with that. Now, as I mentioned, the next big thing for this is going to be to make Mills modules that it can be mounted on. So let's do a quick test just to gauge how many Mills modules we're going to need for this. My assumption is it's going to be about 20. It should be basically, footprint wise, the same as the other module I made downstairs, but we'll run a quick test here and see if that's the case. So you can see here with the base plates laid out around the track module for scale and for calculation, we've got 7 base plates running along that top edge there. So probably we'll do 2 rows of 7 base plate or 7 Mills modules. So that'll be 14 modules. And then figuring another 4 to 6 for this chunk over here, just depending on how much cushion we want to give around that track. So, 18 to 20 mils modules, that's going to be a lot. It's going to be, a big chunk of time just to get the modules all created. And then we're going to have to make sure that we've got enough tile and plate for getting it all assembled together. But it should look amazing when it's done. One of the things that I'm going to be taking into consideration when I'm putting this onto the Mills modules, I still want to have everything come apart for the most part, for transportation purposes or even just for moving it around in the Lego room itself. So we'll try to have everything either in 1x1 or maybe 1x2 Mills modules chunks come apart, so that module with its associated track can be transported or put into boxes or containers for taking to shows, etc. So a lot of work, but I think putting that extra effort in there when putting the Mills modules together for this is just going to pay off in the long run. When we get to take this out to shows and easily sort of transport it around. And, it'll give us the opportunity to, have this in a couple different places on the layout as well. Would be nice to potentially put it in by that grain elevator in the upper layout, but, we can also have it in action down on the new lower level that we are adding to the layout. So, whichever spot it ends up in, I think it'll be amazing. And it's going to be awesome to get this finally onto the Mills modules, because that's going to let us, really put it through its paces as we're running trains back and forth over it. But, overall, super excited with the TrixBrix T-Junction R104 and 120 curves. It's going to unlock a lot of cool stuff in our layout. And, if you have not checked out the TrixBrix website, I'll include a link below. Highly recommend checking out their products. So many amazing things that they offer there. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, please make sure to do so that you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. That's it for now. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you again soon. Take care. Bye.